two entities, both alike in animalistic dignity, and fair Fiorino where we lay our space scene. From Xenomorph Grudge break to prison mutiny, where acid blood makes Lieutenant Ripley unclean. I'm John Renton with the retro review of Alien 3 from 1992, directed by David Fincher, with constant interference by 20th Century Fox Studios. Me, oh my, down the space bayou, good goddamn Christ, this nearly killed the goddamn franchise, despite the fact that it actually turned a pretty decent profit, all things considered, but actually, given how Alien 1 did really goddamn well, and is still revered as an icon of sci-fi and horror, and Aliens was just so goddamn fun. Alien 2 is really what you could call it. It's called Aliens. Who remembers those toy commercials? I talked about those in my retro view of that. And yeah, they basically decided we're just going to cash grab this whole goddamn franchise. And then it went on ice for 5 more years until Alien Resurrection. And that really went on ice. Then we got Alien vs. Predator. Alien vs. Predator Requiem. And then we got Prometheus. And then we also got Alien Mike Covenant. And then we're getting Alien Romulus coming up soon. So yeah, I decided just to do a deep dive, and in this case a dumpster dive, into the rest of the Alien movies. Yeah, this one sucked. This is really, really bad. Now, is it as bad as everybody has been saying it is for years and years and years? Well, yes, because Sigourney Weaver was totally nerfed in this. She was made a goddamn sap. And the only reason, really, that she agreed to do this one in part because she appreciated David Fincher's vision, and also she was still, she really still believed in the franchise, but I could only imagine that this probably just killed off her passion for it. David Fincher's directorial career nearly got killed before it got started. We wouldn't have gotten Fight Club and many other movies that he did, good, bad, and indifferent, had it not been for the fact that Sigourney Weaver and others on this project said, no, Fincher actually deserves a goddamn chance. It's not his fault. Yeah, there were 3 writers. There were three goddamn writers. I mean, one did the story, that's Vincent Ward, but 3 others. You had Larry Ferguson, who did Rollerball, the remake of Rollerball, and The Hunt for Red October. Sorry. I'd feel bad making fun of Sean Connery, but read up how Sean Connery handled women. You will understand why. So, Walter Hill, who did 48 Hours, he did Aliens, and then he did Red Heat. Yeah, I knew a girl that was in Red Heat. Moving on from that, David Giller. I'm just going to say Glyer because I just want to picture a man gliding while writing stuff now. Fun with Dick and Jane. That was a movie. Aliens and Beverly Hills Cop 2, which was also a movie. By the way, I retro-reviewed all the Beverly Hills Cop movies before doing the 4th one. And so yeah, Sigourney Weaver helped co-produce this. Okay, let's just get into the facts and figures before I continue with the rest of the cast and everything. $50 million budget, $112 million in today's money. That's well above the $11 million budget for the first one and the $18.5 million for Aliens. So $19.4 million opening. Okay, there was some life to that because that'd be $43.4 million in today's money. $3.5 million for the first one for its opening weekend. $10 million for Aliens. The thing is, though, I want you to take a look at what the, or I'm going to tell you, by the way, but you can compare and contrast these and tell me if this is good. So after a $19.4 million opening, it only made another $36 million. And make a lot more money. And I will explain. $55.4 million, $124 million in today's money. So the first Aliens made 84, the other one made 85.1. For those of you who are math majors, that's not very good. $159.8 million worldwide gross. $357.7 million in today's money. So yes, and this got much more distribution as far as worldwide and everything, because the first one had $108 million and then 131 for Aliens. So this had more distribution, but it also was a complete slop fest. Basically, I'm not going to talk too much about the plot necessarily. I will say that Brian Glover does a good job as Harold Andrews. He tries his best to be the dickish prison war. Charles S. Dutton apparently, used his own prison experience for this to play Leonard Dillon. You had Charles Dance who played this, and Ralph Brown, and you had a few others. You had Lance Henriksen in this. Holt McElhenney, who would play Fritz von Erich in the Iron Claw movie. So yeah, basically Fincher, they didn't want to do, the studio didn't want to do the face-to-face shot where, Weaver's up against the goddamn, not Johnny Weaver. Johnny Weaver face-to-face with an alien would be hilarious. And for like the 3 people out there watching to know who the fuck Johnny Weaver is, you are busting up laughing or wondering what the fuck I'm on about. Or both. But yeah, Sigourney Weaver, she's all panicked and everything, and the alien does, the thing where it gets right to her face. Pretty much one of the most iconic shots in the goddamn franchise came from this movie. It's also the only good shot from this movie. The studio didn't want to do that, and Fincher says, hey, Sigourney, we're going to go do this. Okay, and then they end up using it because 20th Century Fox realized, hey, wait a second, Sigourney knows what she's doing. Maybe we should stop interfering with this. We're not going to, but let's just, use the shot. He was right. Fincher went through hell. He wasn't even involved in the final cut. Michael Biehn wanted to be part of this. Remember from Aliens, also from Terminator. He wanted to reprise his role from Aliens, and they didn't let him. Weaver, basically, credit to Sigourney Weaver, who looked great in this, by the way, for standing up for David Fincher. So there was $7 million spent on sets that were never used. Good job, Fox. Can't figure out why Fox had money trouble later. So, a year in editing, multiple reshoots, and so many other things. Check out the IMDb page, and you could just check out more of the stuff. And check out Google. It is insane. It would take me forever to talk about all this stuff. So their cryosleep gets interrupted because the facehugger's on board. Everybody dies, even Newt. She got neutered. I'm not sorry. The actress who played Newt actually didn't want to be in anything anymore. Didn't want to reprise her role. Credit to her. Do whatever the hell you want to do. Acting isn't for everybody. And from there, Sigourney's the only one left. None of the prisoners are very distinct. I mean, it's not even that the actors are bad. There are some good people in this cast, but they're not given anything to do. You'll recognize a lot of these faces. Anyway, yeah, but in Fair Fiorina, Fury 161, where we lay our 161 scene. If anybody actually does know what that's from, I mean, you should. If you get the crux of it, it's pretty good. But, yep, Hicks, everybody, dead. They're all dead. This early CGI was terrible. I mean, yes, things have advanced, but god damn it, even for back then it looked terrible. You know what's something else that I've mentioned in other reviews for movies around this time? Horror, sci-fi, action, whatever it is. From like 87 to 92. Maybe 88 to 92, but around that. Maybe even 87 to 93. Some of these movies just have a certain look that they're locked into a time period. And the sets and the CGI, special effects, whatever it is, just it all looks the same and all blends together. It's all brown, icky, not colorful, lacking life. This is still better than Critters 4, but Jesus Christ, I just recently shat something out better than Critters 4. I shat plenty of things out better than the entire Critters franchise. Don't make me retro-review the Critters franchise. They were all terrible. How did the 4th one actually look worse than the first one? So, the dog that's in there gets eaten or gets attacked by the facehugger, and the alien bursts out of that. Poor puppers. There was the idea to shave the prisoners' heads, all that. Weaver agreed to do it, and everybody followed suit because they're like, okay, she's a big actress. And she was by this point. She was really not just coming into her own. She was getting a lot of meaty roles. And then the Weyland Yutani mention, because Weyland Yutani is a terrible corporation that is willing to put profits above people. Good thing no corporations down here on Earth do that. But this prison system is absolutely fucked. There's nobody there. There's like 25 people to operate this whole thing. Multiple places are shut down. Multiple places, by the way, that just get introduced to give us the idea, oh shit, this prison is supposed to be vast. So let's just start creating scenarios where the alien, the xenomorph, just keeps going in these things and keeps attacking people in hilarious yet ultimately boring ways. How do you make alien attacks boring? 20th Century Fox found out a way to do it. So, that after Newt and Hicks and others are laid to rest in the molten lava, the molten stuff. It's like, I'm actually having a feeling that maybe Squaresoft or Square Enix or whatever the fuck they were known as at the time, them and Nintendo, when they did Super Mario Brothers RPG, when they did Smithy's Factory, I have a feeling that this actually was what they used as inspiration for Smithy's level. You can see it. You can see it now. I just thought of that in my head. Actually, how the hell else would I think of it? Possibly out of my ass. But speaking of which, a lot of this movie came out of someone's ass. But they have all been released from all the pain, the darkness and pain. Oh, the pain of it all, the pain of it all. So, yeah, people get killed. Hilariously, Brian Glover gets killed in a hilarious way about halfway through. They don't believe Ripley until it's too late. The prisoners, earlier, before the Xenomorph release attacks, try to do something nasty to Ripley because she's the only woman there. And even though she's a badass, there's 4 of them. I mean, whatever. But Dillon decides to fight him off. Oh no, prisoner, Marshal Dillon. So then she finds Bishop's remains, finds his computer thing, and tries to get the audio logs and figure out all this stuff. But Bishop's like, I'm kind of fucked. Now that you got the info, could you unplug me? Sure. And that's Lance Henriksen's contribution until the end of the movie. And then Clemens kind of tells his story after sleeping with Sigourney Weaver. I mean, back then, even now, she still looks great. But moving on. Maybe I will profess my love for Sigourney Weaver one of these days. Shut up. Nevertheless, basically, after a bit of a backstory, he ends up getting killed hilariously. The face-to-face shot happens. That's like the peak of the goddamn movie. That's like the only peak of the movie. The CGI looks terrible. Everybody bands together to decide to trap this xenomorph in this, in this area and pour hot lead on it. Oh yes, and Sigourney Weaver also is having stomach pain, discovers that she was impregnated by one of them during cryosleep. Now, how it would get in there and do that without waking her up, I don't know. Whatever, it's fine. They just had to do that. I guess it was a way to write her off. The CGI looked terrible. People were getting offed. Dillon gets killed, which was hilarious. I don't know why it was. And then Lance Henriksen's there, but no, he is human Bishop. I think Android Bishop actually was more lively. And then, after the alien basically gets blown up, she decides, you know what, I'm going to try myself, float out here, and kill myself and drop myself into the goddamn thing. She drops stuff into the vat. The alien tries to escape. Oh, I'll just die. And that does. And that's it. We don't have any more Alien movies. Oh, wait, we have Alien Resurrection with a cloned Ripley and a French fuck directing it. That's mean. There are good French people. I just don't think that director was any good. Yeah, Alien 3. There you are. That's your lot right there. The prison scenes, or the scenes in the tunnels. Like, these tunnels were literally made for people 2 feet tall. The alien doesn't look menacing. It looks goofy. It kills people in goofy ways, which fine. If you want to turn more of the comedy route, I'm okay. Aliens did the comedy while also having the levity and the seriousness to push the franchise forward. This basically took it back to its roots. If those roots were poison, and the tree got Dutch elm disease, and everybody just rotted. That's pretty much it. I don't think that's actually how trees work, but I'm just going to roll with it. Yeah, Aliens 3 is really, really bad. And David Fincher, thankfully, got to go on and have a good career because, God forbid, 20th Century Fox tried to kill it before it started. Thanks, 20th Century Fox. Hope every executive that interfered in it had a terrible goddamn Christmas. But anyway, so let me know your thoughts in the comments. Like, share, subscribe, Twitter handle in the description. I'm John Rickland. I'll see you soon.